Hello and welcome to my creative castle. Today's video, I want to call it a yarn unboxing, but you know what? Sometimes yarn companies and mail doesn't always come in boxes. Sometimes it comes in bags, right? So a yarn unbagging for some reason doesn't quite sound as fun and exciting, but that's what it is. It's an order from WEBS. It's actually, I think, 2 orders from WEBS because, you know, WEBS has a summer yarn sale. And then WEBS also does like a lot of flash sales, a lot of weekend sales, right? Sometimes they do a 24-hour sale. That's how they got me on one of these WEBS 24-hour sale on Cascade yarns, right? So if you're a returning viewer, you know how much I love Cascade yarns. They had a flash sale, so I just had to get some of the Cascade 128 superwash merino. It is a bulky weight, 100% superwash merino wool. They recommend that you knit and crochet with, I think, a size 6.5 millimeter knitting needle, and I think about a 6 to an 8 crochet hook. I think your knit gauge on this is about 3.5 stitches per inch, and this is in the color Italian Plum. That's a nice thick yarn. It's a nice one. I've knit up a skirt in Cascade 128. I'm trying to think if I think it's been on the channel before, on a video on seed stitch. So I've worked with it, I've knit with it, I love it. It's incredibly soft because it is merino, and being a bulky, it's very, very warm. I know I have no problems knitting with it, and it was a flash sale, and I love Cascade yarns. It was something like 30-40% off for a day, and I love the color purple. It was just too much for me to resist. So I'm very excited about having that in the house. And it is tumble dry. Now, I'll be honest with you, my skirt that I've made with it, I don't think I've ever put it in the dryer, ever, okay? And guess what? It hasn't shrunk. It's a cable skirt with some seed stitch on it. It looks great. So, you know, you'll have to decide whether or not you want to put yours in the dryer. But look at that. Look at the color on that. Look at the size. I think it's a beautiful yarn. All right, the next yarn that I have is some Paint Box Baby DK. It's a very, very affordable yarn. I just got a 10-pack in white because, you know, it was on sale and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it yet. So I just got a basic neutral. It is, I think it's 55% acrylic, 45% nylon. It could be the other way around. It could be 55 nylon. If you're a returning viewer, you know why I'm having difficulties reading the package label, right? Because some of you, if you're new to my channel, like, why don't you just read it off the package, right? Well, if you're new to my channel, hi, my name's May. I love yarn. I love to knit and crochet. Those are my hobbies. And I also happen to have been born visually impaired, legally blind, and completely colorblind. So I mostly knit and crochet by feel. And yes, I do have a hard time reading the labels on my yarn. So, but Baby DK, there's a hole in the package. I can definitely feel it. It is soft. This is baby yarn for sure. I think this is the first time I've ever ordered Paint Box yarn, so I didn't want to get a lot until I had a chance to work with it a little bit. Now, you know, if it goes on sale again, I'll probably order it again before I even work with this. But this is what we're looking at for a DK. So I think that's an okay DK. Yeah, I mean, it could be, some people might call it close to a sport. I think it's okay. I think it's about 5.5 inches per stitch on knitting needles, and about a 6. They recommend, I think, that 5 to 6 knitting needle, which is your 4 millimeter, and I believe also the same for your crochet hook. I believe we're looking at probably a F to a G crochet hook for this, right? 3.75, 4.25 millimeter, and this is another machine wash yarn. I honestly don't remember if it's tumble dry. Acrylic and nylon, it probably is, but it's supposed to be one of these easy care yarns, great for baby projects, baby blankets, and baby garments. So what else did I get from Webs? Now this is, like I said, it's a couple of orders, right? I think summer yarn sale and maybe a bulky weight sale or something like that. Believe it or I used to order huge orders from Webs, and believe it or not, I'm really trying to show some restraint in not buy as much yarn because, you know, budget and space, right? So believe it or not, my Webs orders are getting smaller these days. But I did get one donut, and I don't know when you're going to see this because realistically, probably not till October, maybe even November, who knows? Just because I'm kind of trying to spread out the yarn unboxings a little bit, right? We don't need a whole like week of yarn unboxings. We're going to spread them out a little bit for a variety of reasons. So, you know, because there might not be that many yarn unboxings in November and December and January, because I'll have to, you know, spend money on my family for Christmas, which I don't have to, but I want to. And so I won't be buying as much yarn in November and December and January. So maybe we'll save some yarn unboxings for then to show up in the middle of November, right? When I'm like, sorry, I'm buying stuff for my family and I'm not buying yarn. But this is the Berroco Wizard. This is the first time for me to have it in the house. It is a bulky, chunky yarn. It's another probably 3.5 to 4 stitches per inch knitting needle wise. Probably also a 6mm hook or knitting needle on this 6mm needle, and probably a 6mm crochet hook as well. Berroco Wizard is a superwash merino and nylon blend, and this is the color turquoise. This is the only donut I have because I just wasn't sure if I can wear turquoise. What do you think? Can I wear this particular color? I just don't know. So I only bought one. They are 262 yards, so they're big donuts for a bulky weight yarn. This is really big. That said, they do seem pricey, right? I think they're about $20 per donut. So that seems like a lot, but when you compare that, the yardage, right? The Cascade yarn was 128 yards for probably, you know, half the price, right? And so if you double the price of this, you double your yardage. I think you end up 262 yards for $20 on a bulky weight yarn. I think that's a good deal. This is a machine wash because it is a superwash merino. This is a really soft yarn. Like I said, it's my first time to have it in the house. I think it's beautiful how multicolored it is. I think it's a really nice, it feels like a real light, almost feels like chain spun. I'm not positive on that. Like I said, it's been a while since I've ordered this and I really can't remember, but it feels like a light chain spun. It's beautiful. I just don't know if I can wear it, and with one donut and 262 yards, I'm not totally sure what I'm going to do with it. I might make a hat, or maybe like a hat and some fingerless gloves. Do you think I can get a scarf out of 262 yards or not? I don't know, but I think it's pretty. So let me know your thoughts. I always want to hear from you if you've ever purchased any of these yarns or not. And then here's the other part of my Webs order. We got some more Debbie Bliss Cash Merino Chunky. You know I love my Debbie Bliss Cash Merino. This is in the color Midnight. Debbie Bliss Cash Merino is 55% wool, 33% acrylic, and 12% cashmere. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, 12%, but a little cashmere goes a long ways in yarn. You know this yarn comes in multiple weights. I got it in the color Midnight, really dark blue. Now, I haven't worked with it in the chunky weight before, but I have worked with it in the Aran weight, right? The number 4 heavy worsted Aran. I've made a sweater out of it, a bottom-up sweater. I've knit a sweater. I've knit a hat, a scarf, fingerless gloves with it. I crocheted a beanie with it. That's right. Earlier for a Finish It Friday, we looked at 2 crochet beanies, and it was one by Juan, the yarn addict, in Alpine Stitch. I think it was like Night something, or Cambridge Nights beanie or something like that, that I did mine in the Cash Merino Aran. Just love it. So, you know, same yarn, different weight. And I've also worked with it in the original cashmere merino weight, which I believe is a sport weight. I've knit a scarf with it. I love knitting with this yarn. It is soft. It is soft on your hands to work with. It's soft to wear. It's a scarf yarn, right? I've made scarves with the sport weight, scarves with the Aran weight, so I don't see why I wouldn't like it in the chunky weight as well. So that's what you're looking at with that. And I think also this is another one that you would probably want to use that 6mm knitting needle and crochet hook on. That would just be my guess. This is machine washable, and my guess would be that you would tumble dry, or not tumble dry, probably lay flat to dry would be my guess on this one. And then we just have one more yarn in this order. Let's see, that's just some more of the Debbie Bliss Cashmere Merino. I did buy 2 packs of it because they, oh, that's the one thing about these little hanks, these little donuts. They are only 71 yards, okay? So just keep that in mind, right? Like 71 yards, a 10 pack is 710 yards. Could I get a sweater for me out of that? Probably, maybe, maybe not, depending on what I wanted to do. So of course, I got 2. It does go on sale there often, and it is a good price for the sale price, in my opinion. The last yarn that I got was some more of the Valley yarns, which is the WEBS house plan. The Valley yarns, superwash merino, bulky, and just the color black. I'm pretty sure it's black. I'm almost positive. Not 100. Can't remember. Okay, can't remember what color she bought. That's just a fact, because I did buy it a while ago, and I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I bought it in black, just thinking that would be a good color for me. These donuts are about, I think they're 106 yards, so I just got the 110 pack, 1,000 yards. Hopefully, I can knit a sweater out of 1,000 yards for me, right? Another bulky weight yarn. I think they were having a bulky weight sale or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's what was happening here for me. So, this is a really, really nice, their other Valley yarn superwash merinos all are super, super soft. I love touching them. So, of course, I didn't mind seeing this go on sale and adding just a little bit more. I am thinking a lot. I think I have this in black, and I think I have it in red. And I've been debating. I want to make a sweater out of it, like a knit sweater that's going to have some lace to it. And so it's obviously it's going to be a pretty open lacy work, and so it's going to need to be layered right over something. I'm going to need to have something underneath it, just the way the lace is. So I'm trying to decide if I should do it in black or red. Part of me wants to do it in black because it's a good neutral, and then as somebody who's colorblind, I won't have to worry about matching colors. But then part of me is like, well, but I probably have a lot of black camisoles that I'd be wearing under it, or a black turtleneck, or, you know, black t-shirt or something like that. So then maybe I should go with the red so that the lace shows up better. So I don't know. I'd love to hear from you if you're looking at a sweater that's specifically going to be layered over something because of the openness of the lace. Would you go with black? Or would you go with red? I'd love to hear from you. I want to hear your opinions and thoughts on all of these yarns. Have you bought them before or not? Do you like the Valley Yarn Superwash? What about this wizard? What should we do with one donut of turquoise wizard? And of course, the Debbie Bliss Cashmere Merino and the Cascade 128. Yeah, that's the order. Like I said, I'm really trying to downsize my orders. So anyways, that is it for today. That's the WEBS order. And let's see. Yeah, like I said, this probably won't realistically show up until October or even November. But just know, I did order these starting in probably August. Yeah. So, okay, my friends. Well, thanks so much for listening. And until next time, happy stitching. Bye-bye for now. And let me know what you would make with any of these beautiful yarns.